Frontrunner and Speaker nominee Steve Scalise won the GOP nomination for Speaker of the House on Tuesday, beating rival and fellow election denier Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio. But then Scalise dropped out of the speakership after failing to convince enough fellow GOP congressmen to formally vote for him. VOA's congressional correspondent Catherine Gibson tells us how funding for military aid to Israel and Ukraine is on indefinite hold in this story.
Republican Representative Steve Scalise announced late Thursday he was dropping his bid to become Speaker of the House.
Our conference still has to come together and is not there. There are still some people that have their own agendas.
Despite winning a narrow majority of Republican votes Wednesday to become the Speaker nominee, Scalise could not secure a 217-vote majority, with all Democrats expected to vote against him.
He told a lot of people he's going to be at 150. He wasn't there.
Former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who was removed from power last week, lost only 8 Republican votes and has also not ruled himself out of being re-elected Speaker. Many Republican critics said Scalise is no different from McCarthy and would not negotiate the spending cuts they want.
This is a competition, and it's going to be even more difficult.
The other Republican candidate for Speaker, conservative Jim Jordan, had called for an end to the debate and threw his support to Scalise.
I hope we can unite around a Speaker and get doing the work of the American people and helping our dearest and closest friend, the state of Israel.
All 212 Democrats are expected to vote for their leader, Hakeem Jeffries, who called for an end to the paralysis in the House.
Israel needs its closest friend and ally in the world, the United States of America, to stand with Israel in this urgent time of need. The inability of House Republicans to get their act together, even when they themselves, by their own rules, have elected a Speaker nominee, speaks to the broader chaos and dysfunction and extremism.
One analyst described how a power-sharing agreement between Democrats and Republicans could work if the House remains deadlocked.
Minority Leader Jeffries kind of floated this idea very recently, saying, hey, if you guys are enough of you moderates, if you guys want to get back to the processing the business, particularly with the calamities that are happening around the world, we need to do the people's business, both here and abroad. And so if there are enough responsible moderates out there in the Republican Party, I can work with someone.
Republicans are also exploring the possibility of keeping the temporary Speaker, Republican Representative Patrick McHenry, in a more permanent role through November, when a temporary government funding bill is set to expire. Catherine Gibson, VOA News.